A very good evening to you, Willem. Thank you so much for your time. So for those who may not know him, who was Nicholas Hendrik Fick, and what did he mean to not only the Blue Bulls, but to SA Rugby?
Yeah, when Boet, as he was called in rugby circles in Tshwane and Limpopo, was really a legendary administrator, Morena. He came through the rankings via the old Far North, nowadays called Limpopo, and then joined the ranks of the Blue Bulls and, worked his way up to become president, and then eventually ended up with SA Rugby on the executive board there. He was the president of the Vodacom Bulls in the golden era, the year between 2005 and 2010 when we won the free Super Rugby titles and numerous Currie Cup and other competitions as well. He used to remind me about that often. And I'll never forget when I became president and we had our first coffee together, he said to me, it's now time to duplicate that era of mine, as he used to call it. So yeah, he was really a great character, and we will be sorely missing as part of our Vodacom Bulls family.
I'm glad you mentioned that golden era, Willem. How did he get it right? I mean, it was a great 5 years, 3 Super Rugby titles, essentially with some people crediting the Bulls for our winning of the 2007 Rugby World Cup as well, because essentially it said that the franchise was the spine of that Bok team.
Yeah, well, we used to talk about it, and I said to him, Boet, you must just remember, in your time, in that era, the rand against the dollar was 5-1. In my era, it's 15-1. It's much more. The guys are more than often lured overseas in terms of the exchange rate nowadays than probably in that era. No, but they did a lot of good work and, established the brand on the world stage. And the Bulls always had a proud legacy, and he contributed a tremendous lot to that off the field. And that was probably also one of the reasons, teams only do well on field when things are going well off the field as well. So that's a great testament to his presidency.
Willem, you may not be achieving what Boet managed to achieve in his 5 years as the president, but you do have a Currie Cup title, you do have a Super Rugby Unlocked title, and you did manage to see the Bulls over to Benetton Treviso, where unfortunately you guys did lose as a franchise, but you did make it that far. How have you managed to get it right in the 7 months so far that rugby has come back?
Yeah, Morena, I think you can add to that the SA 21 and SA 19 titles, and Turkey actually also won the Varsity Cup title. So I think it's the first time ever in professional rugby that one province, or that Pretoria is the site of all the professional rugby trophies. And to add to that, our soccer brothers Sundowns also won PSL, so Tshwane really the home of champions, city of champions. Yeah, I think, at the Vodacom Bulls, we made a couple of brave decisions 2-3 years ago, and aligned our structures, got the stakeholders involved like Dr. Motsepe and Dr. Johan Rupert, which is obviously world-class people to have involved with ourselves. And then I think the last piece of the puzzle was appointing a world-class winning coach in Jake White, whose record speaks for himself, a fantastic CEO in Edgar Rathbone, great board and great support staff as well. So I think it's played a huge role in the turnaround of the Vodacom Bulls. Now, obviously, we set the benchmark, and we got a target on our back, and we need to grow on that. But of the letdown in Benetton, against Benetton in Treviso last weekend, let's be frank about that. I think we learned valuable lessons on and off the field in terms of logistics, and even on the field in terms of tactical play. But this will stand us in good stead once we join Europe in September. Yeah. So I can promise you we'll be a powerhouse in that competition as well. And we will take the lessons that we learned in Treviso, definitely going into that new URC competition as well.
Willem, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for your time this evening. That is the president of the Blue Bulls Rugby Union, Willem Strauss.